I'm Sarah from Boating New Zealand, and we're here today at the Half Moon Bay Marina to go for a sail on this new Jeanneau Sun Odyssey 380, which, as you can see from the extra part of its name, is also a performance model. So it's a cruising boat which offers a lot of comfort, plenty of space, but also it's a really great boat to sail as well. Let's go and take a look. Heading out onto the Gulf on a cool but sunny Saturday morning, the temptation is to just keep sailing, find a nice bay to anchor in and kick back. But we've got work to do, and it's time to see how Le Bateau sails. The main is easily hoisted from the stack pack and the jib unfurled, all without having to leave the cockpit. On a gentle reach, she heels slightly and sits comfortably on her chine without any weight coming on the helm. Everything is perfectly adjusted, and Richard is keen to clearly get the best out of his new toy. The main is easily adjusted on the winch right adjacent to the helm, and the Jeanneau's shape can be tweaked through in-haul and out-haul lines attached to friction rings on the sheet, rather than the traditional fair-lead cars and tracks. This feeling of fingertip steering persists even when we head onto the wind into an increasing breeze. Although the angle of heel goes up, the sensation of steadiness, stability and control remains, and it's a pleasure to feather her upwind and manage to squeeze out a top speed of around 7.5 knots. We're really keen to try out some of the extras, but with the wind rising, we decide a Jenica or Code Zero reach will have to wait for another day. In the meantime, it's satisfying to see a pair of owners getting such obvious enjoyment out of a boat they have planned and waited a long time for. They're off cruising most weekends, summer or winter, and have exciting plans for a longer cruise this summer. Richard says, "We just use it all the time, we can't get enough." So this boat is nearly 12 metres long, so about 38 feet, and 3.7 metres at this maximum beam, which is carried right aft to create this enormous cockpit. This boat's got a full bimini, which has a section that fills in the middle so you can be fully sheltered. Also has clears right around it. That's something the owners wanted to, so they could be using the boat in all weathers. We've got racing helms because this is a boat that's not necessarily going to be raced, but certainly going to be cruised to its performance maximum, let's put it that way. The other nice aspect here is what the owners call the wharf, this boarding platform which folds down off the transom to provide access for swimming, foil boarding and even yoga at times. So the boat is set up so you can sail it pretty much short-handed, single-handed or double-handed, with the sheets and running right back here to the back of the cockpit. Control lines up on the cabin top. One of the great things about this boat is if you do need to go forward, instead of having to step up or climb over the coaming, there's just sort of shelves up on a ramp here up onto the side deck that's well enclosed by this generous tow rail. The owners have gone for the performance pack here, so they've got a big square top main that sits nicely down here in the stack packs, really easy to get up and down with the lazy jacks. They've also got the furling jib. This is the larger version. The standard comes with a self-tacker, but they've gone for the larger performance jib, but again that's really easily furled. They've also had a couple of extra sails made. They've got a full Jenica and also sort of a Jenica cross with a Code Zero for reaching as well. So the boat has a German main sheet system which comes to here and then runs back into the cockpit for sheeting, so there's no traveller as such. And also these the jib sheets are controlled through these tweakers, so you can adjust your sheeting inboard or outboard without needing to have a track. So we've got a pair of winches up here on the cabin top as well for control lines. One of them, the one to port, is a powered winch, which makes it really easy to get the main up and down, just no problem at all. So heading down below, got some good handholds here, plenty of room down below here with that big beam we talked about before, lots of headroom, plenty of windows. It's a really nice, light, bright interior. Over here we've got the galley, we've got a chest fridge with an icebox in it as well, double sink. You've got your hob here and plenty of storage. It's nice that there's plenty of light, you feel quite connected to the cockpit, it's really nicely positioned. So you can have a berth on either side, a quarter berth, but in this option they've decided to have a nice big quarter berth on the port side, which has got a Super King bed. On the other side, have a separate shower and then a huge storage space under the cockpit that they call the garage. Having that second quarter berth space as storage and the shower means there's a completely separate head in here with an electric toilet, plenty of room. So there's plenty of space, plenty of headroom here in the saloon. One of the nice things they've thought about when creating storage space is making a straight line here and using the curve of the hull to generate some really generous storage down the sides and back of both of the settees. On this side it's got a chaise arrangement, so you can tuck in nicely here. It's got a comfy squab there. This would be the number one spot for reading your book. You can look straight out through the window and you've got your reading lamp. So it's got a nav station here with a nav table. You've got access to the VHF, also the switch panel and the stereo. For a 38-foot boat, this is actually a really lovely big cabin up here in the bow. It's got a really generous sized double with a walk around on one side, good hanging storage and nice through hull windows for plenty of light and comfort. This is a really nice space too for reading and looking out on the view. The owners of this boat absolutely love it. They're using it all the time. They love everything about it. It's so great to see a boat that's being so appreciated and so used. It's got some really great features comfort-wise, plus it's a real pleasure to sail, and I know that they're going to get a lot of satisfaction out of it in the years to come.
John Ecclestone from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.